The Amalfi Coast began, according to legend, when Odysseus was sailing his ships near the bay and heard the beautiful sounds of the sirens which beckoned him to crash his ships. Odysseus was smart though and plugged his ears with wax. The god, so worried he would crash, came down to earth, and their descent to earth created the stunning cliffs that we see today. Actual historical evidence is a little bit more difficult to find, especially given the fact that Mount Vesuvius erupted in 79 AD. We do know that during the 1500s, Amalfi became a major seafaring power. The steep cliffs made it difficult for enemies to attack from the interior, and Amalfi continued to thrive. Wealthy Europeans were drawn to the coast's beauty, and the area became a refuge for artists escaping communism. The rise of globalization came an influx of tourists to Amalfi, and the region became a dedicated UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1997. Good morning from the Amalfi Coast in Italy. I am here with my mom over the next week or so, and we got in last night. It was honestly like a really rough travel day. We had a red eye from DC, and then the red eye was to Rome, and then from Rome to the Amalfi Coast is about 3 hours. You know, we weren't moving too quickly, but we got here, got settled in. I took a fat nap yesterday, and then we had our welcome dinner and then slept again, and now we're here. We are here with a bigger tour group. This is very similar to the trip that my mom and I did in France last year. The first part of the trip, we're gonna explore all around the Amalfi Coast, going to places like Capri, Naples, and then the second part of the trip, we're gonna spend a couple days in Rome. I've been to Italy before, but it was a completely different part of Italy. It was up where the French Riviera is, but on the Italian side. So this is great because I feel like it is more authentic Italy. And I've wanted to go to Italy for so long. I love pasta, very excited. So today we have about an hour still, and then we're gonna get started on our excursions for the day, and we'll see where everything takes us. Feeling really grateful for all of this because this is a trip that my mom and I planned before she got sick, and now she's better and we still get to go on it, and it just feels like such a big blessing to be here. Hopefully we get into some good stuff. Woo. Say hi.
Hi, here we are on the balcony in our hotel room in Lowry, Italy. Getting ready to go out on the bus, adventuring. I don't exactly know what we're doing today, but the tour guide knows, so I'm sure we'll have a lot of fun and see things we haven't seen, have new experiences, and it'll just be delightful.
There we go. The day started by getting on a bus and climbing up the foggy cliffs to Ravello. This is kind of like a cliffside town that is supposed to have really good views, and we see some good views a little bit later on, but it was honestly a really spectacular, interesting first tour. We saw this beautiful old home that belongs to like millionaires that used to live there, and we saw stunning views, and it was really fun to just see, you know, the kind of our first thing that wasn't the hotel. If you go here, I would definitely recommend, you know, always have an umbrella around, and definitely, you know, read all the signs and learn about the history, because so many fascinating families gathered here and it had such a rich history. Okay, it was definitely raining a little bit earlier, but it seemed to calm down, and we're just on a tour, and it's really, really pretty. We wrapped up the first part of the day by getting a yummy lunch and then gradually making our way back to the bus. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. We had lunch, a kind of an American lunch, except for Nora. She had something more European. And we've done some shopping, souvenir shopping. So that's fun. That's always fun. But anyway.
Made the most of the rain.
Yeah, we're getting ready to go to what is it? To get limoncello?
Limoncello.
Limoncello. Limoncello. It's not lime. It's lemon. Everything here is lemon.
So yes, like my mom said, limoncello is a huge thing here. Even if you're not super into drinking, like I don't drink, you still gotta try it, and you should still try all the fun flavors that they have as well.
I love that one. You do? Yeah.
We looked around the town a little bit more and then made our way back to Maiori, where we are staying for the week. I am gobsmacked by how pretty this place is. Even on a semi-cloudy day, the cliffs and the cute buildings and the flowers are legitimately stunning. We read for a little bit out on our balcony and it was so lovely.
Okay, spent the afternoon chilling, and now we're going to dinner.
Mario and Maria's.
Yeah, we're having, honestly, a pretty good time.
Yeah.
This place is beautiful.
It is lovely.
Yeah, we like the room a lot. The balcony's probably the best part of the room.
It's lovely.
Yeah, and now we're just gonna go
have dinner.
It's 7:17. We have a very busy day today. We're going to Paestum, which has some of the oldest Greek ruins, even though we're in Italy. And then after that, we're going to Salerno, which is like one of the bigger cities on the Amalfi Coast. We both slept
pretty bad
last night.
It was very windy and rattled the whole apartment. I mean, the whole room. Everything was rattling and shaking.
Yeah, I slept until about 3, and then I woke up and did not go back to sleep. And then
I couldn't go to sleep, and then I did go to sleep, but I kept thinking somebody was breaking in the room because the wind was blowing, rattling every window and door. Anyway, there you go.
We're still here.
We're going down for breakfast.
And we're gonna have a good day.
Yes, it's gonna be a good day.
For sure. Okay, fit check. Sweater is from Aerie, and skirt is from Hollister.
Okay. Me?
Yeah.
Okay, Old Navy, Skechers.
Okay, we'll see ya.
We had some breakfast and then drove out of the town for our first stop of the day, which was kind of random. It was a mozzarella farm.
Okay, first stop today is a mozzarella factory.
I thought we were going to those ruins first.
No, it's a buffalo mozzarella factory.
Flowers are beautiful.
So, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Nice and good. Oh, the sun.
The sun is so
Very
nice.
bright.
Exploring the grounds of the mozzarella factory was actually really fun. It was really beautiful and there were farm animals everywhere, but exploring the actual factory, I will be honest, I did not like. I'm a vegetarian through and through. I like animals being treated ethically, and to be fair, this factory does have some ethical practices in it, but I still just didn't like it. I don't like seeing animals in cages. I don't like their whole purpose being for human consumption, and that's part of a bigger conversation. And this is such a rich part of the Italian culture. Their mozzarella is such a big deal, so I wanted to show it because it is a part of their culture. But if you're also like me and just really appreciate animals being treated well, you know, go at your own risk. What I did absolutely love was when we went to the ruins of Paestum. These were sick. They were so cool. I'm such a sucker for history, and this was just beautiful. Our tour guide gave us some wonderful descriptions of it, but they are in such epic condition considering how old they are. And if you love any sort of Greek or Roman ruins or like really old things, this was just truly fantastic and such a genuine treat to see.
This is super cool. Best preserved Greek ruins in the world right now.
Right.
We kept exploring because honestly, there is so much to explore. The whole place is super well reserved, like I said, and it's kind of set up like how an ancient village would be because it was one. And then right next to Paestum, there's a cool museum that also goes super in depth. My favorite part of the museum was this tomb that had a diver on it, which is, according to our tour guide, supposed to represent like diving into the next life, diving into the afterlife.
Okay, that was honestly like one of the coolest history museum experiences I've ever had. So old. I've seen the Parthenon, and this is older than that. But we are chilling right now, enjoying lunch with a view of one of the temples. Whoa!
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
Okay, we got reprimanded.
We got kicked out.
So we're gonna go find a bench to sit on. How was lunch?
It was really good. Just the right amount of food, honestly. Couldn't have been better. We got chased out of a restaurant, out of an outdoor cafe, even though we bought the food there. It said it was takeaway, so we had to take it away. He was nice about it. But he still kicked us out.
I have a different tune now.
We were halfway through eating anyway. I mean, why not just let us finish? Maybe if I slipped him a euro.
Okay, at our last stop for the day, Salerno, we have about an hour here. It's the biggest city in the Amalfi Coast, but we're not staying here. So we're staying here for just a little bit of time, and my mom and I are gonna walk along the water. So far, Amalfi has been a little bit more wild than what I was expecting it to be. It really is like a community and a town and cities just completely built into cliff sides. And it's honestly gorgeous. It's much prettier than I was expecting it to be, which sounds so crazy. The food, I don't know if we've had the best food so far, which feels criminal to say, but I think that's on us. And we're gonna try to get better food as we go. It's been great so far. So we walked along the edge and now we're gonna go bathroom, gelato, cathedral. Probably in that order. We wandered around Salerno a little bit and then eventually made our way back to Maiori, which is where we're staying. We watched the beautiful sunset and then had a variety of different foods for dinner at the hotel and then went to bed to rest up for our day in Capri. I am running super late this morning, but still don't know yet if we're going to Capri or the Amalfi Coast, so we'll just see where the wind takes us. This is the outfit this morning. Sweaters from Old Navy, this dress. I love this dress from Loft. Okay, we are going to Capri, so getting the ferry tickets now. On the ferry!
On the ferry! Here we go! It's beautiful, the water's beautiful.
I truly, with zero exaggeration, can confidently say that this was the prettiest ferry ride of my entire life. And Capri, the closer we got to it, was just stunning. So beautiful. We landed on the island and then immediately took this little cable car thing up to the very top to get some cool views and to save us from having to basically walk up a mountain when we first arrived to the island.
Made it to Capri.
Yes, here we are. It's gorgeous.
It's very, very, very pretty.
After that, I will be honest, we were following our tour guide a bit like blind sheep, but this was truly the prettiest place I've probably ever been in my life. All of Capri just smells like perfume and flowers, and we kept winding our way through these little streets and eventually made it to this set of gardens and then this beautiful set of viewpoints where you can just see how dramatic the landscape is, how all of these cliffs just jut straight up from the ocean, and it was so stunning. We took some fun pictures here and then had gelato, and the sun was shining on our faces, and it was truly like one of my happiest moments and happiest days, and I'm just so thankful that my mom was there and we got to experience it together.
Okay, we are obsessed with Capri. It is absolutely beautiful. We got gelato and now we're just walking along the streets seeing what we see.
We hung out at the main square for a little bit and then actually got on a bus and drove all the way over to Capri, which is another town on the island of Capri, and you know the drill. It was gorgeous.
And a Capri, and we're gonna go get lunch and then I think separate. We'll see. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Oh look, there's a Vespa hat.
Oh my God.
Italian style. How are you doing?
I'm good.
We are gonna eat because we're pretty hungry. This is the best food I've had so far. Very good. Okay, I'm now going on a little solo adventure up the cable car.
So the cable car was actually so fun. They're cute little individual cable cars, and I'm not super scared of heights, and it wasn't even that high up, but you get really cool views as you're going up, and then at the very top of the cable car is a beautiful viewpoint.
Made it to the top. It's really, really, really beautiful. Capri is one of the prettiest places I've ever been. This is stunning. I knew from the ferry ride, as soon as we saw it, that I was going to be super into it. And this viewpoint, wrapping up a spectacular day. Time to head back down. I think I should have plenty of time before the group meets to get down there.
I love solo travel, and even though this was not a solo trip, it still felt so good to just get out and do something on my own.
The actual cable car is so much more relaxing than I thought it would be. Like, it's actually pretty peaceful, which is very nice.
I met back up with my mom, and we had a little bit of time before the ferry was going to take us back, so we chowed down on some fries, and eventually we were making our way back to Maiori, which is where we're staying, and just seeing the Amalfi Coast at night was so stunning. It was the great end to a really lovely day.
Good morning. It is not even that early, but it is day 5 of this trip. Today we are going to Naples, which I am so excited about. Naples apparently has really good food, and it shouldn't be too long of a bus ride, and it's gonna be great. Last night was the time change. I didn't know that Europe did daylight savings time, but they did, and we were here. So we got an extra hour of sleep last night, which was like honestly so nice. This trip has been so busy. I thought that I would have like way more downtime to explore the town that we're in or exercise or just like read my book on our pretty balcony, but it's actually been go the whole time, which is honestly fine because I like traveling. I also am really loving the group that we're traveling with this year. Everyone is really sweet. There's such a blessing about traveling with different generations. I think that, you know, we as young people, and I'm probably the youngest on this trip, it's me and another girl, and then everyone else is a little bit older, and there's such a blessing with traveling with people from different generations. You see things differently. I think young people get kind of caught up in our heads sometimes, and there's so much wisdom and so much that we can learn from older generations. But at the same time, you know, like there are people on this trip that are much older than me, but seem to be in great shape and like are able to still travel at their age. And I remember this on the trip last year, like it's always just so inspiring to see like hopefully the outcome of if you like take really good care of yourself over the course of your life, and you like are always curious and want to, you know, be a better person, and just the health benefits and how far that can carry you. We're gonna go have fun in Naples. Woo-hoo. Okay, first stop in Naples is the Archaeology Museum.
The Archaeology Museum was certainly cool, and I mean, I love seeing any sort of architecture or like anything about Roman architecture specifically, because I think it's just beautiful. Then we took kind of a walking tour through Naples, and it was just not great. It was super crowded, and we couldn't really hear much of what our tour guide was saying, and it seems like he took us through the busiest part of the city, so I feel like we didn't get a super great first impression of how cool of a city Naples could be.
Okay, Naples has been quite the experience. Very busy, very crowded. I kind of like it.
Naples felt like New York, so if you like New York City, you'll like Naples. One thing that was so good though was the food. Naples is the birthplace of pizza, and man, did we have pizza.
Okay, wrapping up our time in Naples. We're about to take the bus back. What an experience. What an experience. So many people. This is like the Italian version of New York City, but excellent, excellent people watching. What do you have to say?
I just want to get back on the bus. I've been saying that for hours.
Oh my goodness.
Crazy.
Yeah, Naples has been a real time. Okay, one of our last tasks today is we're gonna finally get in the water. The sun sets in like 5 minutes, so this will be quick, but hopefully refreshing. There is a sauna in this hotel, so we're gonna try to find the sauna afterwards because swimming in the sauna is like my favorite thing. So, let's go. There's no one else in the water right now, but I'm here and I'm gonna do it. Got in. It wasn't actually as bad as I thought it was gonna be. It was kind of warm. How was it for you?
I got wet, so I'm changing clothes for dinner, which is okay.
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 It's our last morning in Amalfi, last full day. Last night was so fun. It was like one of the best dinners of the trip. We just talked and laughed and it was such a vibe and so beautiful. This morning we are going to, oh, another cool thing about last night was it was one of the people on the tour's 78th birthday, which is like so beautiful, and we sang to her and got her cake and that was lovely. Today we're gonna do another Mediterranean Sea dip because it felt so good yesterday. And then today we have full tour of Amalfi and Positano, and because it's the last day here, I'm gonna try to make the most of it. Always feels good, never regret an early morning. Now we get to go explore.
Yay, Amalfi Coast.
Okay, I was able to change and now I'm off for the day. So excited for this. I'm getting so sad that this trip is coming to a close. I loved the Amalfi Coast so much. It was way more wild than I thought it would be. It was actually really cool. I'm just amazed that there's a community that lives here along the sides of the cliffs. It's so beautiful. And I was really surprised at just how inaccessible I felt it was. But then the tour guide was explaining that, yeah, it is this way because, you know, a long time ago, they were trying to keep, it was difficult to get to, which also meant that it was difficult to conquer. But I have not gotten used to the seaside views at all. It's so beautiful. Woo! Let's go explore some more.
We went and explored the actual town of Amalfi, which is just as beautiful as you would expect it to be. We took a small tour just through the little town there and then got some good food to eat.
Okay, sandwich was super good. We got recommended it by a bunch of people. Now we are in the town square and we're gonna shop.
We shopped for just a little bit, but the main star of this afternoon was the ice cream.
Where are we right now?
Amalfi Coast. We're sitting down here eating really good gelato, but it's melting quick. We're like little kids with ice cream. It's everywhere.
Amalfi is absolutely beautiful. It is really packed though. There are lots of people. I'm just sitting here at the top of a set of stairs, just people watching. Becoming a fly on the wall in a crowded city square is like my favorite activity. I highly recommend.
I kept vibing and reading a little bit, and then it was time to actually get on a ferry to go to Positano, which I was so excited about because If you've seen pictures of the Amalfi Coast, chances are they're pictures of Positano. Where are we?
Positano.
Positano. The first thing we're doing here is walking to a little tower. It's like a quick little walk. It's supposed to have nice views. It is uphill, but it's not step, which somehow makes things easier. There's not really a set top to this trail, but it's very nice and short. Now I think we're probably gonna go explore the actual town of Positano. Positano is beautiful, but this is very, very, very busy. Lots going on, very busy. My recommendation for visiting Positano, if you're gonna go to that town, is to just get as high up as possible. Once you get there, just start walking. Those are where the best views are. Okay, here we are in Positano. This is the last day, full day in Positano, so we're wrapping it up. How'd you like it?
It was nice. It's a lot of walking up. Now we're going down. But
Yeah.
It's not hard.
We did kind of walk up a mountain.
Yeah, we did.
There's lots of people. The streets are very small, but by golly, is it pretty.
It is beautiful.
We kept exploring a little bit more. There's so many fun, cute little shops around Positano, and then we got on the ferry ride to head back to Maiori, which is where we were staying. It was our last night, so we had a pretty lovely dinner. There was music and different things like that. And then it was time to go to bed. We're headed to Rome, but we have one last stop on this trip. Okay, we are all packed up. The plan today is to leave Amalfi, which is really sad. This place is so beyond gorgeous. And the plan is to go back up to Rome, but to stop on the way at Pompeii, which is really cool because, you know, you like grow up hearing about it in the history books. So we're gonna do that, and then it's about like a 3-hour car ride to Rome. So it's gonna take a little bit of time, but hopefully it's nice and pleasant. Having mixed emotions about leaving, kind of sad. This has just been like pretty and such a beautiful trip. I feel really blessed to be here with my mom. Really excited to see Rome and to keep the party going. One thing that you might not really realize about Pompeii until you visit is that it is quite literally massive. There are so many different side streets, and you could easily spend an entire day there. We only had a couple of hours though, so we saw some of the key parts of Pompeii. I really recommend if you're going with a guide. It's kind of the type of thing where you'll miss something so small but such a cool part of history if a guide's not there to kind of tell you what's going on. Okay, and Pompeii.
Yes.
How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing okay. It's extraordinary.
Yeah, it's really something. This is massive and is 100% something that I would come back to. We only went to a teeny tiny part of it. Okay, just had lunch, chilling now. We have about 40 minutes before our bus leaves. Feeling very tired, but Pompeii was really, really cool. I actually recommend it a whole bunch. After this, we're on our way to Rome, and we'll be in Rome for 3 days. So the trip, even though the Amalfi Coast is done, the trip is still going on. The trip is still continuing. My mom is out right now trying to find postcards. The weather's lovely. Definitely come to Pompeii if you get a chance. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye. What was like the most interesting fact that you learned?
I guess, I don't know. I think the most interesting fact was that there was no lava ever covered Pompeii. It was all ash, and it was, I don't know how many feet, a lot, because when they started excavating, I mean it's stuffed up.
Yeah.
And then they used some of the ash to make the highway here. It's like the first layer of the highway.
Yeah, that was the craziest fact for me. They took the ash from Pompeii, and when they were excavating it, they like just shoved it to the side, and it was to the side for a lot of years, and then they used it
make
to
the
build the
motorway.
highway.
Yeah, the highway, the motorway, whatever they call it here.
Yeah, that was a crazy fact. Okay, any other reflections on Pompeii or the Amalfi Coast?
It's nice here. It's nice, the coast. Capri though is for me, was the highlight of the whole trip. Capri was just wonderful, I think.
I agree. Okay.